Alright, hey everybody, it's SK again. In our last episode, we completed mission 1-2, I think. We have to go to the bats and all that, get mail scales from all the thingies and the what's not in the Huya. I can actually get, quest 1-3, I think, where you have to save the children. But I'm actually going to eschew that for the moment. I'm going to go ahead and actually, head my way over to Vulcan Dunes here, see if maybe I can get some Jaggedy or Jack action going on here as well, which sounds so much like that dude has a fucking chicken for a head? No, okay, never mind, that's a behemoth. Alright, never mind, behemoth helm. Alright, that's cool. It's not like 11:40 in the evening or anything. It's all good. I promise. What was I saying? Oh, right. I was going to say that we're maybe going to see if I can find some Jaggedy or Jack, perhaps. I also want to finish out this conflict with West Ronfar. Power. I don't know, man. I think it's Ronfar. That's the phrase I've heard with. Not the phrase. The pronunciation I've heard with pretty much everybody. Oh god, it is late. I really should not be up doing this, but I'm doing it because I can. Yeah. But I want to see if Jaggedy or Jack is up. He's here like once every few hours-ish or so. I think you have to kill, things to wake him up sort of deal. You know, wake me up inside, can't wake up and all that shit. But no, you have to kill, I think they're called placeholders. Certain rabbits down in like the southern Ronfar area there. If you kill enough of them, they'll spawn Jaggedy or Jack, but I think it's also a lottery spawn. I don't really remember if it's actually, it was like a static spawn where he'll just, you know, once every like X amount of hours, he'll always be up. Or if, you know, once every few hours, he has a chance of being up, but you have to kill things in order to force him to pop or some of that shit. I don't fucking know, man. I never really did much in the way of NM hunting. And Jaggedy or Jack can kind of like fuck himself, maybe. But he's way farther south than here. I want to say he's like over here. I want to say he's like over by the outpost, I think. Somewhere in that particular vein. Hey, there's an orc. Come here. Come here. Orc, my man. Come here. I need to get my quest done here. Come here. Are you kidding me right now? Okay, here. I'll just do this. Yo mama's a slug. Come here. Thank you. I also get a protector, which is pretty sweet. Thanks. Thank you for the... Oh, he's not a... Oh, he was like too weak. No wonder he wasn't attacking me. Oops. Well, I mean, I'm like level fucking 14, so maybe that stands to reason. Yeah, these guys are actually too weak to be worthwhile. I'm a little bit sad. I didn't realize I'd level that quickly. I mean, I'm not really shocked I leveled that quickly because at this point, you know, they're throwing experience my way, and I did like 5 or 6 of those Records of Eminence McJiggery-doos, so why wouldn't I level that fast? But all the same, I'm just... Shut up, alright? I'm surprised, okay? Mr. Jaggedy Ear Jack. Nope, nothing so... Hey, that's a tree. Nothing so far. Oh, wrong way. Wrong way, Peach Fuzz. Over this way. There you go. Once upon a time, I would have been able to navigate this without looking at the map because of, like, as many times as I've had to run through these little... valleys and shit. Oh, yeah. I ran around this area many a time. Many a time, indeed. Last check for Jaggedy Ear Jack. You alive, Mr. Jack? Nope. Alright. So, pretty much, like, go F yourself, I guess. Easy prey. Good. Alright. I just need you and a brother of yours to, you know, boldly sacrifice their lives for my behalf, and I will have an extra, like, 400 experience. Do you really want me to call you mother a whore? Because I'll do it. There we go. Thank you. That's all you needed to do. You just need to sacrifice yourself for the cause of more experience on my part, and I will be quite happy to oblige and, you know, like spitting on your remains and shit. Ooh. No, nothing perfect. Nothing really useful. Are you experienced? Yes, you are experienced. Come here. I can't insult you, you're a sheep. Unless I were to call you like a camel or something. I don't know if you guys have some sort of blood feud going on. Come here. Come on, man. Thank you. Just don't sleep me. You'll probably be dead before you have the chance to do so, but seriously. There we go. Alright. Yay! I completed the... Oh, wait a minute. I gotta go to the outpost thing real quick. Apparently you can do outpost quests where you can say, like, you can run supplies to these outposts and you can get conquest points and shit like that, which was, you know, the bomb diggity back in the day when you really needed to do that kind of shit. Survival guides are important because you can warp to them and all that good stuff. This I don't really need anything for, but again, you can actually do outpost warps later on. I think there are NPCs in each of the main cities that can let you, what am I doing with my life? That let you travel to outposts that you control. Or maybe just let you travel to outposts in general, and, you know, the only way you can get it is by controlling it first? I don't really remember exactly. Again, it's been, like, literally... When I was really into the game, the first time I quit was back in 2005. So, we're talking 12 years by this... No, almost 12 years since I've actually really, really played it and got into it. Every single time I've tried after that point, I would hit that wall in which I would actually have to do the whole you can't do shit without people part. Oh, excuse me. I beg your fucking pardon. You were in for a world of hurt, my good sir. I had already completed my conflict. You didn't have to sacrifice yourself so readily, though I do very much appreciate your enthusiasm in that regard. Now, sadly, go fuck yourself. Thank you. Have a wonderful day. I hope your corpse gets infested by maggots. Alright. But it's been about 12 years since I've really, like, played this game. Really, really, like, super got into it. As I would hit the wall of can't do shit without a group and then just be like, nausea. And then I would quit for several years. So, you know, my memory is hopefully a bit understandably foggy in certain areas. And because, you know, before I quit, I was also like a total fucking scrub. I never even hit 75. I think I got to, like... Oh, where did I get to? What did I say? Like level... I think I got level to 63? I maybe got to 65? Actually, no. I may have got to 65. And then I needed to do another limit break. And then I left for the Christmas season. And by Christmas season, I mean like 4 or 5 days. To take care of some moderator shit on a board that went to hell. Because I hadn't been a moderator before that point, and it just went to shit. So I spent like 3 or 4 days cleaning it up with other people over the Christmas season. Or the Christmas holiday, whatever the fuck you want to call it. I don't know, man. And apparently, I guess one of the officers in my link shell was like, hey, you know it would be really cool if I just made my own link shell and all of you joined that instead, because she's abandoned the link shell because I was gone for 4 days. And when I came back, everybody was gone, and I was just kind of like, oh, that's pretty shitty. Thanks for the trust that I placed in you. I'm so glad it was well-founded. And then I just like rage quit. Just like deleted everything and was like, yeah, okay, I'm done. The game is not worth playing anymore. Not necessarily because it's not like, you know, life has no meaning anymore type of thing. It was just like, you know, the people in my link show were kind of the only reason I was playing the game to begin with and putting up with all the bullshit and the guild selling and all of the other shit. And when, you know, everybody kind of hopped ship, I was just kind of like, all right, I'm officially done with this bullshit. I'm done. Done. So yeah, that was my sad tale of Final Fantasy XI. How was your sad tale of Final Fantasy XI? How did you guys quit? When did you quit? Did you actually quit? Have you ever played the game before? Answer in the comments below. I'm not clickbaiting, I promise. But no, seriously, like if, you know, I'm kind of curious to hear how people, you know, when they decided to call it quits, or if they decided to call it quits and then came back. Or again, for the weirdos who for some reason seem to be watching this more because of me than the game I'm playing, in which case, why? Thank you. I mean, well and truly, thank you. I do very much appreciate it, but like, why? You know, would you be interested in playing it now that I've taken some of the rough edges, shall we say, off of this shit, and they made it a bit more accessible to people who don't want to spend, you know, 2 hours a day just waiting for a group, 1 hour running to a camp, and maybe 45 minutes actually playing before something horrible actually happens, and then you're stuck in the middle of bumfuck nowhere with no way back, or you get the asshole mage that D2s you in the middle of a group because they don't like you. That actually did not happen to me, but I've heard that happening several times before, so, you know, it's a thing that happens. Were these always fodders and mesmerizers? Weren't they like the higher tier mobs? Like, I distinctly remember them being like grunts and shit. Am I misremembering the things? Also, I would like for you to take a moment and kind of look at this zone and look how slowly I'm moving through it. You know, they did a very good job of giving you like a sense of scale in this game, and that, you know, for all of your adventures, for no matter how badass you feel, for how hard you've worked for your little level 10 gear and all the shit that you've done to, you know, get to rank 2 in your nation, you know, then you leave your first zone, get to the second zone, and then you're just like, oh, okay. Battering ram. Incredibly tough, high evasion and defense. Nope. Nope. No, no. Those, by the way, are fucking terrifying. Like the battering rams and the tremor rams. Like, you know the ram butt kiss or whatever the fuck I was fighting before? Rambuck? That's right, Rambuck. I knew that. As that particular model, the tremor ram is like that model, but about like 20 times that freaking size. And you won't know they're coming until the ground starts shaking around you, and you're just like, what the hell? Oh my god, and then you just get one shot, because they actually do aggro you. Oh, let me go get the teleporter. Holla! And I'm not even kidding, it's actually called the Crag of Holla. These giant, like, weird, you know, freaking whale bone statue things, apparently they play a really big part in the lore. But again, it's been like 12 or 13 years since I played the game, and I was a scrub, so I don't really remember how they relate. I don't really think I ever got too far into the... I think that they were explaining the Chains of Promethea expansion. But again, I was a scrub, and I never got that far, so I don't really know exactly why the hell those things are there. I just know that there are several places without the world that you can have a white mage teleport you to. The one over here is called the Crag of Hala! And again, I would like to remind you, that's actually what it's called. It's called Hala. So, shut up. I'm going to make the joke because it's there, goddamn you. Suck it up and deal with it. But there's also the Crag of Dem in Bastock Town. There's the Crag of Mia, or Maya. I'm assuming it's Mia. I always pronounce it that way. You know, whatevs. The Crag of Mia in... Yeah, no, I'm not fucking with the battering ram. I will have you know. They are... like level 20 something, and I'm not fucking with them. Also, I think those are actually, remember how I was saying before about placeholders? They're placeholders for the Tremor Ram, who is in and of itself a placeholder for a much larger and much scarier ram called Steel... fucking... what the hell is it? Steel Fleece? Steel Fleece? Is that the name? Like... I just remember there being a level 75 notorious monster that was sometimes roaming around here, and he would just one-shot people. Because, you know, he was here, and, I mean, it was like, if you saw him, you ran in the opposite fucking direction. Unless you had other people with you that were willing to take him down, you fucking ran. You didn't fight him, you didn't hang around, you saw him, and you were just like, nope, I will go to Vulcan Dunes later, and you just ran in the opposite direction, because... he would one-shot you, pretty much. It was good times, man. It's good times. Which one of these... Now, the reason I'm running over here, by the way, is because one of these stairwells has a, what's called a telepoint, which I can collect, get a key item, which is not actually an item. I can go into here where it says key items, and these are things that allow me the ability to... oh, look at the little but they give you sort of the quote-unquote key items that allow you access to certain elements of the game. So instead of it being a permanent item you had to have in your inventory, it's basically just sort of like a switch statement, so to speak, in like, you know, a programming language or something like that, where it flips a switch where you now have access to something, whereas before you did not. So, here is the Hala telepoint. Hala! Hala back now. So, I'm pretty sure 85% of white mages at some point, depending upon their maturity level, while they were teleporting people, would have Hala back now as their macro for the Hala transport. And if they didn't, for whatever reason, one, I mean, congratulations, you're a much more mature person than I am. And two, why the hell not? That's a perfect goddamn opportunity. What are you thinking? Now, even though the map actually shows kind of like looping back around the mountainside, it's easier to sort of run back in the direction I'm going right now. And then looping back down past this craggy thingy right there. That's fucking Stonehenge. That's neat. Because believe it or not, that's actually like a dip you can kind of, you know, juke your way through. And it will make your life a little bit easier. Rather than going around. Even though the road's kind of a safe way, comparatively speaking, it's... Well, actually, no, going through the road really isn't the safer way because orcs, like, are freaking crisscrossing the road like they're chickens. You know, crossing the road. You know, just shut up. I thought it was a funny joke, alright? It's fucking midnight, man. What do you want from me? But... Actually, no, now that I'm thinking about it, no, the road really wasn't safer. It was better to sort of, like, hug the, you know, it really hugs the road. It was a lot safer to sort of, like, hug the mountainside and then try to make your trip to Volcom Dunes as quick as humanly possible because the orcs, again, could just sort of zigzag anywhere and just sort of like, surprise, motherfucker, here you go. Here's a pole, I'm up your bum. And there ain't nothing quite like trying to lose something that's aggroing you at level 10 by trying to use the rather sparse forest edge, the tree edge, I don't know, what the fuck do you call it? You know, trying to use the, you know, the elements to your advantage by abusing basically their AI pathing and sort of ducking and juking through these trees and hoping that they would have to take a longer path and that therefore they would kind of fall back and lag behind because they will chase your ass from one side of the, you know, they will hunt. They're like fucking mountains. Okay. They are kind of like mountains when you can't fight back. But they're like fucking mounties, man. They will chase you to the end, hunt you to the ends of the earth, man. And there's nothing quite as exhilarating as running away from an orc that can like 3-shot you. God damn, I miss those days. What is wrong with me? Is there like a pill you can take for this? Don't say cyanide. That's not funny. But damn the nostalgia. There's something wrong. Like, does anyone have a nostalgic moment? Like, I want to hear nostalgic moments other than just what you know, if you quit. Like, I want to hear good memories too. Like, what are your most nostalgic moments? Do you remember, like, the best party you ever had? Do you remember, like, the best comeback you ever had? Like, when everything was going to hit the fan and you just popped every cooldown, was like, yeah, Jesus, I have 4 cooldowns. Go fuck yourself, game. Like, do you have moments like that? Because I want to hear about it. It's pretty sweet. Because it's funny that some of my best and fondest memories in gaming are actually from grouping in Final Fantasy XI. Just when shit would hit the fan and I would have to get creative in what I did and kind of hope that it worked. And somehow, miraculously, it did. Those are like my best memories, man, of having to, you know, think outside the box. It was all the warm and fuzzies, man. All of the warm. Oh my God, my eyes. It burns. Okay, so first things first, let's get the trusts out, because this ain't, you know, your friendly neighborhood, this ain't your friendly neighborhood Ronfar here. This is goddamn Volcom Dunes, man. It's not just Volcom Dunes, it's the Dunes. Not just the dunes, the Dunes. Fucking Dunes parties represent. The funny thing is, these are all the same level as everything that I was in the, These are the same levels as everything that was actually in King Rampart's tomb right there. They're all 14, 15, 17, 18, etc., etc. But nobody ever went there because nobody wanted to, you know, such is the nature of the party element of the game, was that you didn't really want to sort of segregate people into, even though they had those areas there, like, King Rampart's tomb and Ordell's caves and, you know, Koroloka Tunnel and all that kind of stuff. they were kind of relegated to their starter cities, and you'd think that people would have actually stayed in those areas with the starter cities because, you know, it's just closer to your starter cities. But the thing is, with the way the grouping was, you were so dependent upon finding healers and finding tanks and stuff like that, that, you know, segregating yourself into those certain areas basically drastically limited the pool of people that were available to play those. Where the fuck is, like, where is the road? I can't see anything, damn it. Stupid sandstorm bullshit. God, the sand is bright. It hurts my eyes. I'm gonna be honest. Like, I'm trying to keep my eyes closed and I can still see the shade of the goblin right there. But, you know, having those certain areas would really greatly diminish the pool of players that you could actually pull from. So I guess people migrated to the dunes because it was kind of like the most centralized location. And because, you know, it had the quest for the sub-job, so why the fuck would you go anywhere else anyway when you can just get everything you need right here? So, you know, the dunes, man, this is everybody's first party experience, man. Like, everybody's first major party experience. Some other people may have had, like, starter parties in, like, Kronstadt or Dangrif Wadi or, you know, King Ramper's Tomb, etc., etc. But everybody's first real, you know, ain't no party like a dunes party, you know what I mean? Because it puts hair on your chest, you know what I'm saying? Whether you're a guy or not, this shit puts hair on your chest. So, by the way, I'm going to the outpost here so I can get the outpost stuffs. And so I can go to Selbina and try to continue this quest line here. Because I'm trying so hard not to say because reasons, because now it's infected my goddamn speech patterns and it's making me a little bit irritated. Jantoto Ascension. Yeah, someone in Selbina. Okay, yeah. So I gotta go to Selbina, but either way, you know, this town brings back memories, man. A lot of bad memories. Lots of bad memories. But memories nonetheless. I have arrived at a new survival guide. Woot woot! Alright. Now on to Selbina and the best fucking town music ever. Just don't fuck with me, mugger. Mother mugger? Fucking mugger? I don't know. There's some sort of alliteration or some sort of play on the term motherfucker in there somewhere, but I'm too tired to try and figure out what it is right now. Damselfly, damselfly, go fuck yourself, damselfly. Stupid AoE poison, killing the healers like an asshole, yeah. Fuck you, damselfly. Again, it's like 12:30 in the morning right now. Wait, no, it's 11:50. Whatever. I can't read. It's late. I'm tired. I wanted to say it's tired. I'm late. Yeah. There you go. Me English at speaking good. It was only a matter of time, man. I know there's a cutscene going on. I'm just trying to enjoy the music real quick. Selbina's mayor is looking for adventurers to fulfill a special task for him. I'm not familiar with the particulars. But Flandius is. He can direct you to the mayor's residence. This music, man, is so nostalgic. Anytime I hear this, it's just... No matter how much bad shit happen, no matter how bad the dunes can just beat you down, you get to this song and you're just like, yeah. Something strangely triumphant about it, man. I love it. Hello there. Is yours first visit our fine town? No, I come here all the time. Is that a fact? I never forget a face. Oh, well, never mind. Have you been to the mayor? If not, you should. Well, yes, I had what's-his-McDoodle fucking tell me that. So... what is your purpose here, except to stand there looking all sex-alike in Sublugar? Oh, home point. First things first. Fucking home point. Don't forget the home point. I don't feel like making that run again. Yes. Thank you. Oh wow, Bastock's about to take this shit from Sandy. How dare they? Damn it, Bastockian bastards with their stupid Humes and oh, wait. Whatever, Sandy for life. You can't stop me. I'm the gingerbread man. Nalina? Welcome to the mayor's residence. How can I help you? You wanted an adventurer. Ah. Thank you for answering the summons. One of the mayor's confidants has been asking for you. I'm Abelard, mayor of the village. It's so tiny, you see, that all I do is mediate when there are disagreements. A paired entrepreneur associate of mine known as Gilgamesh has heard your name on his lips in the past several days. You rescued a young woman adrift at sea, and she spoke quite highly of you when she woke up. Finding you has removed one burden off my shoulders, but there yet remains another. You see, Gilgamesh made a second request. He's looking for a clump of bee pollen that can be procured from some of the large bees around the Crag of Hala, or Crag of Dem. The medicinal properties are highly valued even during times of peace. And with that recent strange happenings, you probably know what I'm going to ask. Wrest 3 clumps of bee pollen from those buzzing menaces located around either of the 2 aforementioned crags. Of course, your efforts will be duly rewarded. Best of luck! Yay! Alright. So I guess I'm running to Kronstadt. These names, man. Because I already have the Crag of Hala, I may as well get the Crag of Dem while I'm at it. The Crag of Dem? The Aggro Crag of Dem. There we go. I'm like 95% sure I stole that from somebody. Probably Mr. Happy. I was binge watching some of his Final Fantasy stuff before I started playing, and that was actually what got me playing Final Fantasy XI again, because I'm a dumbass. Damn it. But God, this music, man, you don't understand. I love this music. Maybe it's because I'm part Irish, but I love this music, man. Oh, that was off key. Fuck it, I'm done. Alright, I won't murder your eardrums anymore, I promise. Maybe. Maybe. Ah, fuck it, why not? Okay, time to get these guys back. Now, I know there's a way you can get the, you can at least get the pieces for all of the sub-job quest, but I actually think that this whole Rhapsodies of Vana'diel thing, there's like an alternate way you can get the sub-job done if you follow the Rhapsodies of Vana'diel stuffs. So that way, if you follow it at the level at which the Rhapsodies are now, quote-unquote, intended, you can kind of, you know, eschew that level of bullshittery that is trying to get the goddamn damselfly worm. Well, actually, not even the damselfly worm and the crab apim were pretty easy. It was the fucking ghoul skull or the magic skull or whatever the hell it was that was such a pain in the ass because it only spawned from ghouls in the evening. Or you would have to go to Guskin Mines and murder the ghouls there for hours on freaking end to get the skull there because it had a stupidly low drop rate. Womp womp. But at least I had an option of dropping from the ghoul scare. Otherwise, you know, getting the magic skull here would have been like the epitome of bullshit because it's gated by time. I mean, everything in the game is gated by time because it's a time-consuming fucking game. Having said that, that would not have been the wisest of decisions. My throat's going to shit right now, so I'm starting to sound like a 70-year-old chain smoker. Ooh, la golly, what a day! Thread leeches, another mob you never, ever, ever, ever want to fight, solo and especially in a group, because they will fuck you up. Because they link from like 50 yards away from one another, they have AoEs out the ass, and they look like giant, like rubber bouncy balls that have grown autonomy and like scary teeth. This spot right here that I'm about to run towards and summarily like turn around from, because that's not exactly where I need to go, that was probably my favorite camp in the dunes, that little like crab camp right there. It was good experience provided it wasn't overcamped. And, you know, it gave you, I mean, like water crystals and what the fuck ever, yeah. But I mean, it was close enough to town that if somebody was stupid and pulled too many, you can run back to town without dying. But it was far enough away from town that you could actually get decent mobs. And then there was the occasional dumbass that tried pulling sheep. And then, you know, they would sleep everybody, and then you know, the white mage would be asleep and the tank would die, and then all sorts of hilarity would ensue, and then the polar would be like, well, I didn't know there was no crabs, because everybody's taking the crabs, so I was just trying to get the sheep, because it said it was IT+, I didn't think it was going to sleep anybody, nip-a-dip-a-dip-a-dip-a-dip-a-doo. Dunes parties, man. Memories. It makes it, like, you guys can't see it, but I actually am, like, smiling right now, just, even though it's so stupid, it actually makes me smile. Dunes parties. They were so bad. It was so bad, man. Like, they were universally bad. I don't think there was ever a good Dunes party unless you happen to find one with a bard. And if you found a bard level, you just, like, snatch that shit up right now. It's a bard. I don't care if we have, like, 4 warriors. We got a fucking bard. We're good. Actually, I think right before I quit back in 2005, I was trying to level a bard. And I think I kind of got frustrated with it. I got it to, like, level 9 or 10. 1, because it's a fucking bard. It has, like, 0 attack ability. Well, it has attack abilities, but they all suck. But because the thing about that class was... And the thing about, like, quote-unquote old school Final Fantasy XI was because the game was and is still very, very gear-based. It's not necessarily related upon necessarily your skill, so to speak, so much it is your ability to have, you know, good gear, where you have +1 gear, stat gear, the right stat food, etc., etc. The skill was in your ability to find the correct gear that, you know, properly accentuated the way that you played, and, you know, or optimized the way that you played, such that, you know, from a bard's perspective, the ranged or the flute items that you used, you know, if you didn't have the +1 stuff that gave you the bonuses, the extra bonuses to certain, like, elegies and, you know, whatever, you were basically a scrub. Like, even though you were a bard and everybody loved you, if you didn't have the +1 stuff, it made you somehow less desirable, even though you were, like, the most desirable class ever, which is kind of hilarious when you think about it. But that was also sometimes the case for pretty much everything in the game, where it was still very, very gear-based, only for... excuse me. It was less noticeable for casters and support classes like Bard. I mean, it was the only support class. It was less noticeable for them because it was, you know, you're a support class. You know, for DPS, or in this case they say DD, damage dealer, and especially for tanks, you know, ninjas, paladins, you know, warriors up to level 30, gear was extremely stupidly relevant, because if you didn't have good gear, you know, if you were under geared, you had low defense gear if you didn't have the correct, or if you didn't have, in low level case, you didn't have, like, any rings or earrings or stuff like that, and if you didn't bring any food with you, you would get stomped. Like, you would pull one mob, you would lose hate immediately, or if you didn't lose hate, they would, like, fucking 3-shot you. You know, I mean, they would deal an incredible amount of damage to you, at which point you weren't really useful, because, you know, the white mage is having to dump heals on you, which means that you're going to be losing hate because they're dropping heals on you all the time. And it's just, it was just an all-around unpleasant experience, you know. Which, again, is why you had to work so hard to make things... Ah, fucker. I forgot you can't activate food while sitting, or running, whatever. Again, which is why you had to work so hard back in the olden days of yore to actually, you know, get the gear, because it wasn't just a shiny little upgrade 3 levels and who gives a shit. I mean, like, you could be 3 levels for a few freaking weeks. So you had to make sure that gear was going to last, because you were going to be there for a while. It didn't matter whether you were level 75 or level 15. You were going to be that level for a little while, and it was going to take work to get past that point, so... Oh, 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 oh. Ooh, ooh. Raggers of Eminence! Raggers of Eminence! Constad Highlands! Bendigit Vran. What the fuck is that? Also huge wasps, like, way south of me. Okay. What the fuck is Ben to get... What? I mean, he ain't up. You know, that's all there is to it, and that's fine, I suppose. But now I'm just a little bit confuzzulated. What is my Great Axe skill like? 22? Okay. Nowhere near where it should be. I apologize for the sudden silence. I'm just trying to, like, rest my throat a teeny tiny bit. Especially since now that there's music playing, or, you know, if there's music playing, I can rest my voice just a little bit and you guys can enjoy the fucking NPCs just, like, hovering through the air. Alright, that's cool. I mean, I'm down, I suppose. Also, I am exceptionally hungry right now. That's what happens when you miss breakfast. If I'm getting skill ups from Easy Prey, that means my level is nowhere near where it should be. Or at least my Great Axe level. Bow, 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 bow. Get fucked. Where are the wasps? There the wasps. Wasps. Come here, baby. Come here, honey, baby. We got shits to do. Pot of honey, okay, that's nice. That's not necessarily what I need, but that is nice. So, what the fuck is the name of this guy? Oh, there's a fucking tremor ram. Where's the tremor? Oh, no. Run away from the tremor ram. I want nothing to do with it. Want absolutely nothing to do with the tremor ram. I really can't stress just how bad news bears those things are, man. They will fuck you up hardcore. What, you want to fight for Hateful Ain't Earl? That's not very, like, elvenly and shit. I'm not really complaining, because it's less damage for me. Having said that, come here. Shabamf, no? Okay. So, wait, where is this motherfucker? Grenade? Oh, yeah. Don't want to fuck with those. Tremor Ram is northwest of me, so we're not going northwest ever. Nope. Never going northwest. Never gonna give you up, never gonna let you down and all that shit. Oh, I gotta fight like 20 of those? Fuck that. I ain't got time for that noise. Ain't nobody got time for that. Nobody got time for that. Especially not me, who's got the weekend off. You know, whatevs. Hey, where you going? Thank you. Y'all easy prey, man. Why can't you give me a challenge? And the clumps of what the fuck ever I need. By the way, for those who don't know, this is a quadif. It is, in fact, a giant Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. I don't know if it's teenager or not, but he is a veteran, so, you know. Shit, in terms of most, like, fantasy settings, by the time you're a teenager, you're already, like, a fucking, like, S-class soldier. And stuff. If you go by Final Fantasy, anyway. I mean, it is a fucking Final Fantasy game, so... Ooh. It's got one of these. Gimme. $63 and $89. Okay, that's actually a pretty decent start. Now just don't give me bullshit responses and we're good to go. That would be a bullshit response. I already know the first digit is anywhere between 6 and 8. Thank you. First digit is even. Okay. So 6 or 8. Okay. Give me something about the second digit. So it's got to be 8. It's got to be 80, 81, or 82. Because it starts at 63. So, okay, so let's say 81. Okay, so it is 80. Yay! I love logic problems. Believe it or not, I actually do derive a decent amount of joy from that. Bone leggings and linen slops. Sounds sexy. Okay. So, let's get this other home McPointery jig. Not home point, excuse me. My other telepoint of dem. Dem my point, yo. No, that's... I was trying to, like, a play on the word them, but instead of you saying them, you say dem. Like, dem some cunt to folk. Dem some cunt to folk. For sure, dem some cunt to folk. Like boom hour. Thank you, murder you. Ooh, another one. And another one. One of the two digits is 6. Okay. That narrows it down to about like 20 numbers. 76, 86, 96. Okay. Alright, this is already like starting really good. So let's do 86. Aha! Get wrecked. Giant femur. What the fuck? Who shoved a giant bone into a like giant casket thingy? Because that's a little bit weird. And someone may even say kinky. I don't know, man. All I know is I may not necessarily be feeling it in the technical sense. There we go. That's the telepoint. That's the ticket. Alright, so I got the Demgate crystal. Whoop whoop! Now all I need to do is kill whatever the fuck you need to kill for pollen, or for lumps of something purple bee pollen. Yeah. I need 2 clumps of bee pollen. 2 more clumps of bee pollen, excuse me. At which point I can go back, turn it in, and then what the okay. Alright. That's cool. You just like teleported on top of me from like the sky. Alright. Physics are cool. Now, let's murder the shit out of these wasps if you could. If I end up being like level 16 before this finishes, I'm going to be a little bit perturbed. Just a little bit. Come here, come here, come here, come here. There you go. Especially since they're all easy prey. I mean, don't get me wrong, they die quickly. It's just... I don't know. This seems kind of like a little bit on the funky side. Yay! I defeated Kronstadt Highlands. Let's do it again! Wasp, wasp, wasp. So, I got a shit ton of wasps. This seems a lot better than it was last time when I was to... Oh. No. No. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. No, no. Nope, 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 nope. Don't fuck with a tremor ram. Are you aggressive? Is the tremor ram aggressive? Yes. Yes, they are super aggressive. So we're going to run in the opposite direction, as I stated. And we're going to stay way the fuck far away from him, because I don't want to die. Because even if I had a 4th NPC with me, that would be a tall ask to try and take one of those down. Especially given the fact that taking one of those down means that you get a level 75 Hyper Notorious Monster, or H&M, that can, like again, as I mentioned, fucking one-shot your ass. So I would be very much obliged to not fucking die. Por favor. Final sting this bitch. Alright, so... here comes the interesting part of Final Fantasy XI. Finding the shit you need. Huge wasp. There are apparently some, like, over here-ish. Them adding wide scan, the eponymous them. The, Squeenix adding wide scan for everybody and not just thieves makes this so much more appealing and, well, so much less of a pain in the ass, really. Because it only being available to thieves and just you having to quite literally run around and just hope something loads on your screen before somebody else, it's a pain in the dick, dude. It is so unpleasant. So I'm glad that they added it. I mean, for all of, like, the things that you're like, oh, the game is easy, oh, the game is, like, scrub mode, da-da-da-da-da. They did add a lot of quality of life things that make it a lot less painful, and the barrier to entry is not nearly as great as it once was, which ultimately is actually good for the community that's playing it, because that means that, you know, there's less of a reason to not play it. You know, you can actually find more enjoyment in the act of playing the game rather than playing the meta game of, you know, trying to work out the best way to min-max so you don't get your shit rocked. And you mean, it's in different strokes for different folks. Like I said, it's the old school and the new school. You know, they have their pros and their cons, you know what I mean? And for my particular current taste, for what I am able to consume and enjoy, you know, this is a little bit more palatable for me in the long run. Now, where I got more wasps. Ram, like right next to all the wasps I want to get. Some are behind me. Behind, I mean like southeast-ish. Or maybe northwest? I don't fucking know, man. You're asking me to, like, pay attention to directions, and that's just... You don't know how tall of an ass that... Ah, god damn it, there's another fucking tremor ram here. Balls. Or is that the same one? I don't know, man. I mean, I know there actually, I think there can be multiple tremor rams on the map at any given time. And again, I think they're placeholders for Steel Fleece Mick, who the fuck ever. The lack of music in these zones is really kind of disconcerting. But it really does play well to the sound quality and the sound effects. You can just hear, like, the gentle creaking of windmills and stuff like that. It kind of... Maybe it's there to sort of add to the flavor, perhaps. Blee pollen number 2. Blee pollen? Okay. That's bee pollen number 2, though. So that's 2 of 3, which is a plus. And thus far, it's only taken me like 1 level and some change to get it. How do I feel about this? You have no idea. I mean, shit, I have no idea either, but about to find out pretty damn soon. Holy fuck, it's like been 50, oh my god, it's like, now it actually is literally 12:30 in the morning when I thought it was that a half hour ago. It's been 50 minutes. This is what I get for doing, like, I'm just going to do one quest I'm just going to do one more quest and one more episode before I go to bed. It can't possibly take that long. It's fucking Final Fantasy XI. What are you thinking? Of course it's going to take like an hour and a half. What is your major freaking malfunction? In the words of Ernest Pyle, you know, Ernest Goes to Boot Camp and all that. It was a classic movie. You can watch it all the time on HBO. I need more wasps. That's a sentence. I mean, I need more wasps, said nobody ever. Damn it, Beavis. I'm determined to go this way, even though I apparently don't have any wasps this way, but whatever. We will endure. Ah, single wasp. Okay. Will you be the lucky wasp number 3? Hopefully you will. Bastage. Smack that shit like a baseball bat. Thank you for healing. beehive chip. That's not exactly what I was looking for. I really wish there was like, you know what would be cool for questing systems? You know how it's like, I need 3 items of this, I need 7 items of that. What would be really cool is if you could actually, for the NPCs, excuse me, if you could have like a bartering system. I know you asked for like 3 goat's eyes, but how about 2 sheep's legs and like, you know, the head of a dead troll? Is that something you can do? Can you take that? You know, I'm sure they could find something useful for it, right? You know, I mean, who doesn't need the head of a dead troll? Like, you know, it's a fun family time. You can use it as a soccer ball. Kids will love it. Wait, why did I attack the lizard? I'm having a bit of a brain fart as to what the hell I was doing there. Okay. At this point, I don't even care about the treasure chest. Just let me find the wasps. So I can end this nightmare. And then potentially, like, do the things. Or I could actually kill the wasps and then actually go back to, travel to, Bastock Town and then just warp back to Vulcan Dunes. In fact, that might be faster. Could you not teleport and hack the game, X and Mill? Or if you're gonna do it, could you not make it so fucking obvious? That's a beehive chip. I don't need a beehive chip. I need a clump of bee pollen. There's a slight difference in this, and I realize that, you know, you dying for my questing purposes is a bit of a tall ask, but could you just drop the right fucking thing? It would make my life easier, and then it would stop slaughtering your kin unless it became eminently necessary for me to do so, at which point, sorry in advance. But for realsies. Bee pollen, go fuck yourself. No, I didn't want to do that. Okay, so run south. I think it's that dude right there, if I'm remembering correctly. Because, I mean, technically speaking, I could probably run back up north and go to, up through Vulcan Dunes again and do that quest, but fuck that, man. I mean, they gave us the ability to teleport. I'm using that shit. So, I may as well make my life useful by heading to Bastock and grabbing the home points there. Actually, you know what? I may just end the episode. You know, fuck it. I'm going to end the episode right the fuck here. And I'm going to confuse the shit out of myself when I come back tomorrow and I start playing this and I'm like, why the fuck am I in Conchstadt Highlands? I'm doing literally nothing. But that's where the adventure comes in. You have a wonderful night. Peace out.